So a lot of headlines on alternative investing, where it's being used, why it's being used. These are all the really good ones. There's also been some negative headlines on alternative investing and a lot of misconceptions as to what, truthfully, an alternative investment is for, who they're for, and the way that they're supposed to work. I've had many conversations with folks like yourselves, financial advisors, private bankers, people who want an alternative investment to be one thing that maybe it can never be. And hopefully we'll get through some of those myths and debunk some of those myths and those misconceptions today. But as I add alternatives to a typical 60-40 portfolio, I can enhance return and reduce risk. I'm not going to necessarily do that in every market environment. It was not the case last year, but we also can look forward to something similar happening over the next 20 years, where if we add alternative strategies, we're going to protect our clients from further drawdown catastrophes like we had in 2008.
But here's the issue. I'm going to argue that even though college is the second biggest purchase people make in their lives, more people know more about buying that flat screen television than they do about college, right? Isn't that interesting? There's no purchase as significant as college that people know is comparatively little about. So it's sort of backwards, right? Because when most people think, well, I need to save money on college, so what should we do? Well, usually people say, well, let's apply for a bunch of scholarships, right? And that isn't necessarily wrong, it's just not the best use of time, and here's why. If you look at this graph, this is where all the free money comes from, okay, for college. 35% of all the free money comes from the colleges themselves.